All right, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me. We are finishing up our New Orleans and company training. As we talked about earlier, we've gone through all these courses already. They are on my YouTube. We have two more left, New Orleans Tastes and Tunes and What to Know Before You Go. So New Orleans is an amazing place to visit, and also they have fam trips available. So if you want to go and visit and have an amazing trip with a huge discount, make sure you finish your course and then apply for the fam trip.
Mhm.
So let me know that everybody is here. We're going to click on New Orleans Taste and Tunes. New Orleans wouldn't be the city that it is without its unique dining scene and unsurpassed musical heritage. So let's go ahead, enroll, register for free, one-of-a-kind experience, and let's continue. Hopefully, there we go. Okay. Let me know that everybody is here and ready to go. Do, 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 do. Who made the vote? All right, so welcome to New Orleans Taste and Tunes, New Orleans' unique dining scene and unsurpassed musical heritage. Is everybody ready? I want to make sure.
Yes.
Music
Yes.
Heritage will compose an experience for your clients that is nothing short of a masterpiece. Travel advisors who sell New Orleans should be well versed in culinary and music history and know where to access the city's best current offerings. It will It will be love at first bite for your clients in New Orleans, where passion for food is perhaps matched only by the city's love affair with music. The birthplace of jambalaya and jazz effortlessly inspires visitors from around the globe with its vibrant flavors and rich musical heritage, made famous by well-known New Orleans that are masters of their crafts. Television chef Emerald Lagasse, Creole food legend Leah Chase, and crooner Harry Connick Jr. and jazz trumpeter Wynton Marsalis are just a few of the that have lured the masses to New Orleans. The birthplace of jambalaya and jazz, city's 17 historic neighborhoods are unique enclaves of food, music, and culture. From the Garden District, where towering elm trees and Victorian-style houses can be seen from the historic streetcars that traverse St. Charles Avenue, to the historic Faubourg Marine, where music seems to hang quite literally in the air. A tour of the city is a great way to get your clients oriented on their first day, but for true foodies and music, consider a more focused culinary history tour. They have distinct food and music experience. Without a doubt, New Orleans' most famous neighborhood is the French Quarter, distinctive French um, and Spanish-inspired buildings line intimate cobblestone streets and house everything from voodoo and antique shops to trendy boutiques, fascinating museums, and even the casual cafe or high-end eatery. There are countless bars, theaters, and music venues in which to be entertained, but if your clients want to hear live music, they need to just walk down the street. From morning to night and beyond, the banquets, or sidewalks of the city are also a stage for some of the New Orleans' greatest musicians. Many street performers showcase their skills near Jackson Square, a hub of action in the quarter that is steps away from the Mississippi River. Your clients can explore Louis Cathedral, which borders the square, the old U.S. Mint that houses the New Orleans Jazz Museum, or Waldenburg park, lovely waterfront promenade without having to travel a great distance. All right, PowerPoint. This is where we have little screens at the bottom. Take a look at all the unique tastes New Orleans has to offer. Each item offers a distinct experience that makes New Orleans a great place to send your foodie clients. Muffulettas stuffed with classical Italian flavors such as salami, ham, provolone, and piquant olive spread that gives it distinctive taste. This famous sandwich was born in New Orleans. Central Groceries invented the sandwich in 1903, but restaurants all over the city now have their own versions. You have the po' boy, French bread stuffed with fried oysters, shrimp, roast beef, or spicy sausage, among other fillings. And if ordered dressed, the po' boy comes loaded with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise. Po' boy's ever popular lunchtime staples, interesting, originated in 1929 when two brothers invented them for the on-strike streetcar workers. When the workers came into their shop to eat, the brothers would say, "Here comes another poor boy man." All right, Café du Monde. Since 1862, the original French market cafe or coffee stand, it will be hard for visitors to resist the aromas coming from nearby Café du Monde, where piping hot beignets, sugar-coated donuts are best enjoyed with a cup of café à latte. New Orleans signature, um, sorry, but New Orleans signature coffee drink made with chicory and steam milk. New Orleans love their cup of joe. Cafe is open 24 hours a day, so it's no wonder the coffee is one of the city's top imports. All right. Gumbo. Trip to New Orleans is not complete without steamy helping of gumbo. Treat yourself to culinary carnival created with a mix of West European, African, Caribbean, and Native American influences. Classic gumbo recipes call for meat with the trinity, onion, bell pepper, and celery. Simmered for hours in roux, a dark stock made from either butter or oil and flour, though you can add a variety of meats. Common recipes are for chicken and sausage or seafood gumbo. Jambalaya, meal in itself. Classic New Orleans dish consists of sausage, vegetables, and a variety of meats and or seafood. Final touch, adding long grain rice to absorb the flavors from the stock in what sets this one pot wonder apart from the similar ethnic dishes. Variations can include chicken, turkey, shrimp, alligator, and more. Consider it a New Orleans version of paella. Alligator. All right, seafood boils. If your clients are planning a trip in the spring, they'll have another opportunity to enjoy a classic Nolans event, a seafood boil. This seasonal festive food experience is where New Orleans feast on crawfish, shrimp, crabs, usually outdoors. These flavorful crustaceans are thrown in a pot with corn on the cob, potatoes, sausage, and Cajun spice mix for a meal that New Orleans residents always consider a celebration. Oysters. Locals also love their oysters, prepared any which way. Raw on the half shell, char grilled, fried, or blackened. For clients particularly interested in food heritage, book them at a table at Antoine's. The circa 1840 restaurant on Rue St. Louis, where Oyster Rockefeller baked oysters topped with herb, butter, and breadcrumbs was first served. All right. Banana Fosters for dessert. Send them off to Brennan's for Banana Foster, flaming delicacy of rum-soaked bananas served over vanilla ice cream that was created there in 1951. This distinctively decadent dessert, made with bananas, vanilla ice cream, dark rum, sugar, and spices, was famously invented at Brennan's restaurant in New Orleans. The flambéed treat remains Brennan's most popular item, requiring the restaurant to use more than 35,000 pounds of bananas each year. Wow. And then, of course, the king cakes, traditional Mardi Gras treats that are made to honor the three biblical king journey, are ubiquitous and around the city as everything celebrates the season. Oval, cinnamon roll style king cakes and dripping with icing, dyed purple, green, and gold, Mardi Gras 3 official colors, and frequently have cream cheese or fruit filling. One small plastic baby figurine, which symbolizes the baby Jesus, is placed into each cake. Tradition has it that the person who gets a slice with the baby is named king or queen for the day and must supply the next cake. All right, next. City cuisine. So it'll be hard for visitors to resist the aromas coming from nearby Cafe Du Monde, where piping hot beignets, sugar-coated donuts are best enjoyed with a cup of cafe au latte. New Orleans signature coffee drink made with chicory and steamed milk. New Orleans love their cup of joe. Cafe's 24 hours, so it's no wonder coffee is one of the top imports. Decatur Street. A can of chicory infused grinds makes great take home gifts, but a walk down Decatur Street yields other locally made foodstuffs that your gourmand will want to pick up too. The first stop might be for local praline, the melt in your mouth pecan and brown sugar confections that satisfy even the sweetest tooth. You've got French Market. Further down the block is the French Market, another big, easy Epicurean paradise that's been in operation since the 18th century. There, vendors sell everything from snacks to enjoy on the spot, including alligator sausage and snowballs, refreshing snow cone style treats, to locally produced packaged foods that make great souvenirs. Traditional to modern cuisine, from to-go snacks eaten in the park to multi-course meals served on white tablecloths, cities' hundreds of restaurants have something for everyone and show off the various ethnic and cultural groups that call New Orleans home. New fusion restaurants and cafes on Magazine Street join the city's collection of Cajun eateries and high-end establishments, including Brennan's, Galatoria's, Emerald's, and Commander's Palace. From a breakfast of shrimp and grits to crawfish etouffee for dinner, they'll enjoy sampling New Orleans' signature Creole fare, melting pot of cuisine that draws from European, African, and Caribbean foods and flavors. No one feels deprived eating in New Orleans, where food is a way of life and indulgence is an art form. In fact, the city has so many signature foods that it's hard not to plan a big, easy vacation solely around your client's must-taste meals. All right, cocktail culture. So no matter what the season, taste buds are tickled in New Orleans every hour of the day and night too. Cocktail lovers can have some daytime fun, starting with a spicy Bloody Mary from one of the city's top brunch spots. Nightlife is a scene unto itself, and passionate mixologists pay homage to traditional imbibes while simultaneously titillating bargoers with newly invented cocktails. French Quarter is a good place for your clients to start as they seek out distinctly New Orleans drinks. One of the top of the list should be Pat O'Brien's, indoor-outdoor bar, home of the Hurricane. Fruity rum drink served in a souvenir glass shaped like a hurricane lamp, hence the cocktail's name. There are several old-fashioned drinks aside from the Hurricane that originate in the Big Easy, which includes a Sazerac, a cognac or whiskey-based cocktail, absinthe, an anise-flavored spirit, and then the Hands Grenade, a potent melon-flavored blender drink. All right, whatever the pleasure, clients can take their cocktails in a plastic to-go cup and enjoy the sounds of the live music coming from the bars, clubs, and restaurants on Bourbon Street, where they may be lucky enough to catch a string of plastic Mardi Gras beads being tossed from second or third floor balconies. At the end of the strip at the corner of St. Philip Street, there's another notable nightlife spot, Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop, a cozy bar housed in one of the quarter's few remaining buildings to feature original French architecture. Dating back to 1772, Lafitte's was originally owned and operated by privateer Jean Lafitte and is reputedly haunted by the ghosts of customers from times past. Ooh, always do a ghost tour when you go. All right, slideshow. Ding, 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 ding. Come on, come on. Do you have an agent? Hi, doesn't sound familiar, but I can check. All right, live music venues. There are a myriad of stages from which your clients can hear superb live music, including House of Blues for big name artists from all music genres. Tipitinas dedicated the influential rhythm and blues musician Henry Roland Bird, aka Professor Longhair, and unfussy uptown bars where groups like Rebirth Brass Band, Cowboy Mouth, and Sunpie Barnes Blues and Zydeco Show perform regularly. Here are just a few of other places that you can recommend. Again, you can take a picture so you could share it. Preservation Hall. Cocktails in New Orleans come with the side of live music, and when the sun sets, a top spot for jazz in Preservation Hall. Open 7 nights a week, featuring some of the country's best jazz musicians on its stage. Preservation Hall was first created as a sanctuary in 1961 to protect New Orleans music. Now it is one of the city's most revered live music venues. Frenchman Street for supreme nighttime music experience. Direct your clients to the Frenchman Street in the Faubourg Marina neighborhood. There, they can stroll from one venue to the next with ease, starting with Snug Harbor, where Ellis Marsalis and Charmaine Navelle often take to the stage. Frenchman Street has been dubbed the new alternative to Bourbon Street for finding great live music. During the day, there are many opportunities to immerse oneself in the music history and culture and learn more about the New Orleans best-known music masters, Buddy Bolden, King Oliver, Fats Domino, and Jelly Roll Morton. Louis Armstrong Park. Good starting point for daytime exploration. There, your clients can explore the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park with downloadable audio tour covering the city's 300-plus-year musical history, including that of Congo Square, where Creole and African inspiration gave birth to jazz. For more New Orleans musical heritage, clients can visit the historic African American neighborhood of Treme, the home of many musicians, past and present. The Backstreet Cultural Museum is in Treme and details such New Orleans traditions as second line parades, jazz, funerals, Mardi Gras Indians, with special exhibits on some of the jazz's most influential musicians. Festivals. Music in New Orleans is vibrant and ever evolving, with festivals celebrating both new and established artists. The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, held in late spring, features music and food at the Fairgrounds Racecourse. In summer, Sachmo Summerfest honors Louis Armstrong's legacy with music and events. In the fall, the Congo Square Rhythm Festival celebrates African music, dance, highlighting the city's cultural roots. These festivals are a testament to New Orleans' rich musical heritage and its ongoing influence on the world's music scene. And then restaurants with musical performances. So from gospel brunch on Sundays to sunset jazz cruises on the Mississippi River to lively Cajun Creole restaurants featuring Zydeco music, a great way to experience New Orleans is with a meal. You have Café Beignet, where music and cuisine come together to create the heartbeat of New Orleans. Court of Two Sisters Restaurant is home to New Orleans' only daily live jazz brunch buffet and Creole a la carte dinner, served in the French Quarter's largest historical courtyard. Mulattes, the original Cajun restaurant, the first to popularize dining and dancing Cajun style. And then Palace Cafe offers contemporary Creole cuisine in a historic setting and is known for its lively jazz brunch, where guests enjoy delicious dishes with live jazz music. All right. So from gospel brunch on Sundays to sunset jazz cruises on the Mississippi River to lively Cajun Creole restaurants featuring Zydeco, a lively Creole folk music featuring an accordion and washboard, your clients will never be too far from New Orleans tunes. For more information about dining, music, and nightlife in the Big Easy, contact New Orleans and Company. And then New Orleans and Company has a dedicated sales team of tourism experts that is divided by group markets. Please reach out to them at this contact and begin your group planning process. For more information, you can click the link below and fill out an RFP. All right, everybody ready for their quiz? Let's do this. What popular bar is one of the few remaining original French architecture structures in the French Quarter? Lafitte's blacksmith shop on the corner, owned by him. The Café du Monde, undisputed home of the iconic New Orleans beignet. Pat O'Brien's, where the Hurricane drink was, or Jack's Brewery. Popular bar. I know Pat O'Brien is the hurricane.
It's the Lafitte.
Lafitte, thank you. Okay. What event sparked the creation of the po' boy? The strike?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can guess.
What is Banana Foster's? That's the flaming bananas, right? A dessert, A and C probably, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
What French quarter bar invented the famous hurricane? That's Pat O'Brien's.
I don't mind. Oh, there goes my dog. Hey, sorry. I'll
It's
show
okay. You good? What was the initial reasoning behind Preservation Hall? Created to preserve New Orleans cocktail, created a sanctuary to protect and honor New Orleans jazz, created to protect and raise money for the city's French architecture, created to advocate for preservation of African American culture in New Orleans.
Jazz
What do you guys think?
profession. Oh boy, culture. The second one, she says, Francis said, this was century. I think the jazz too. I'm thinking that
Okay.
myself. Yeah.
What is Congo Square? Area in St. Louis Cathedral, where Congo lines off in late night parties, gathering place for Mardi Gras for certain groups to observe their heritage, fictional location, many native son Tennessee Williams novels, or where African influences developed into the birthplace of jazz.
I go square. I go lines off on late night parties. Oh, was it the first one? Oh, the text one was like cathedral with the Congo lines off and form.
What do you guys think?
I'm thinking the first one, but I don't know what else everybody else think. Second one, I don't know. Gathering migrant farms groups to preserve their heritage. Ooh.
I
I
almost
think
want to say it's the Mardi Gras, but I'm not sure. It's one.
All right.
yeah, the second one.
The last one.
Yeah, I was thinking the last one, but
I was thinking the first one. All
It has nothing to do with conga lines.
right, I'm just going to try that. Where can you see live music performances in New Orleans? All of the above.
of the above. Yep.
What street is alternative to Bourbon Street? Frenchman.
Freshman. Yep.
What is Creole food?
Tasty name of Cajun, not quite spicy. Cosmopolitan, no, not that.
How do you
French.
say that? I don't know. Creole.
I think it's the first one.
First one, European, African, and Caribbean. Yeah. King cake. That's the cake celebrating St.
oh,
Patrick.
that's that dessert thing with it has a
Traditional
little
cake honors three.
Jesus figurine thing.
Yeah.
Actually, yep. Second one.
What seafood can you eat? Raw, grilled, or blackened?
Oh, oysters. Yes,
Oysters.
I love oysters.
And what drink is part of the New Orleans? All of them.
Mhm.
All right, let's see how we did. Ooh,
Hey,
yay!
yeah, we got them all right.
Very good, guys.
Hmm.
Everybody pass. Let's make sure.
Yeah.
All right. Good going. I was questioning a couple of them, but uh let me know. I'm on a training right now. Thank you. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
All right, so congratulations, everybody. So claim your certificate, download your certificate. Congratulations. And we just have one more left. So proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So know before you go, right?
Mm.
Come on. Okay. Most unique city serves one-of-kind experiences. I think we already did that. Hold on. Okay. Everybody here?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Let the good times roll. Let them know you am. Okay. That word. Les les bons temps roulent. All right. Welcome to New Orleans, where the motto les
I'm
les.
sorry, Marnie. How
Yes.
did you get to that again?
Um,
It keeps going back to the certificate,
yeah, so just
download
go back here
certificate.
to courses. So you can go to travel
Um,
professionals, go to courses, right here,
Courses.
travel advisor certificate. And then
All
from here,
right.
courses, and we're on
So I'm
what to
back
know
to,
before you go.
let me see. Oh, I just go back to America's most unique city, and then I hit continue. It still goes back to the certificate.
Okay, maybe
Um,
look up at your top screen and just go to the travel advisor certification. Here, I'll put it
let me
here.
see.
I'll put it in the chat and see if you can click on that.
If you click
Yeah.
The New Orleans and company that's in blue, it should take you back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Right. Okay, so now we're go back here.
That's the
Okay,
same.
here we are. All right. Continue. And
Location.
here we are. All right. So, sums up the celebratory atmosphere of the city while paying tribute to the French heritage. Crescent City's European and Caribbean influences date back more than 300 years and can be felt, seen, heard, and tasted in its music, architecture, and cuisines. New Orleans is part of a great American South with architectural gems such as historical estates along the Mississippi River and mansions in the Garden District, as well as a steamboat paddle wheel that harkens to another time. Visitors can stroll through New Orleans' diverse neighborhoods, experience Mardi Gras, listen to jazz, eat Cajun favorites, shop for antiques, and embrace life the New Orleans style way or New Orleans way.
Mhm.
Treat your senses. Food and music are a big part of the New Orleans experience, especially since it's the birthplace of jazz, the blues, and even po' boy sandwich. Here you can listen to live music, dine on delicious delights day and night, and you can even combine both treats, eating savory, sizzling dishes while listening to live music at clubs and restaurants throughout the city. So again, focus on your foodies and music people. Jazz performances in New Orleans can range from Dixieland, the earliest form of jazz, to trad jazz, traditional jazz, where an instrumental solo gets the crowd cheering. Besides jazz, visitors can listen to live gospel, Zydeco, Cajun, Latin, R&B, country, folk, the blues, bluegrass, brass bands, alternative, reggae, and rock in the city's large selection of music clubs. Some of the music greats have called New Orleans home, including Louis Armstrong, Fats Domino, Ellis, Del Feo, Wynton Marsalis, Professor Longhair, the Neville Brothers, Alan Toussaint, Dr. John, Harry Connick Jr., Better Than Ezra, and Cowboy Mouth. So I recognize a few of those. Unique
Mhm.
dishes, must tries along the way. So again, maybe take some pictures of these. New Orleans po' boy sandwich set in a long submarine style French bread overfilled with meat or seafood, topped with a choice of accoutrement. Sorry, French donut, also known as the beignet, is a fried square piece of dough covered with powdered sugar that can go from dessert to appetizer when filled with all sorts of savory choices such as crawfish or shrimp. The love of food is inherent to the people of New Orleans, and it thrills them to pass that passion along to all whom visit their city. Hundreds of restaurants, plenty of diverse offerings with fine dining, celebrity chefs, casual eateries serving up some of the world's most creative dishes. Nightlife and cocktails. Visitors can enjoy a wide variety of choices when it comes to nightlife in New Orleans, but the hotel cocktail bars are ideal spots where it's time to start the night right or top the night off. Most well known is the Carousel Bar and Lounge at the Hotel Montalon, Leon. Built in 1949, the spinning 24-seat circus-themed merry-go-round makes a full rotation every 15 minutes, offers live music every weekend. Another top choice is the Sazerac Bar and the Roosevelt New Orleans Hotel. Among the cocktails to try, previously men's only lounge serves up a favorite drink, Louisiana Governor Huey P. Long, the Ramos Gin Fizz, and the New Orleans signature cocktail, the Sazerac. So again, must sees, must do's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ramos Gin Fizz. All right. So New Orleans morning after drink, frothy, sweet, ice-free gin cocktail that has been served since 1980s. I gotta take a picture of this because my daughter loves gin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you got the ingredients. You have gin, lemon juice, lime juice, egg white, heavy cream, fine sugar, orange flower, water, ice, and club soda. Okay.
I used to date a guy that loved those.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Sounds a little different, but I'll tell my daughter to try it and let us know. All right, the Sazerac. Saloon, invented around 1850 in a saloon in Exchange Alley. Sazerac is the most famous drink of New Orleans. Sazerac Bar has existed in only 3 locations, the Exchange Alley, 300 Carondelet Street, and the Roosevelt, New Orleans. Ingredients is the whiskey, Sazerac 6-year-old rye whiskey, simple syrup, bitters, and herb scent. Okay.
Look at Manhattan.
Oh, yeah. And then the third one, oops, I guess we're not going to do the third one. All right. Next, historic neighborhoods. New Orleans' numerous historic neighborhoods each have their own personality and must-see sites. Click here for a guide to what to see and do all over town. So again, that'll pop open and give you, a whole thing that you can save and review later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, French Quarter. Again, so beautiful. When we went, it was raining. It was so beautiful. And we were waiting for a ride to the airport. The rain was falling off all the pretty greeneries. Oldest neighborhood in New Orleans is the famed French Quarter, which was established in 1718 by the French. Here, visitors will find a melting pot of cultures and atmospheres from the party-focused Bourbon Street to the bohemian elegance of Royal Street. Historic architecture exhibits in French Quarter European heritage with Spanish cast iron balconies and courtyards filled with flora, fauna, and fountains. The Warehouse District and Central Business District is the city's downtown. Located near French Quarter, it stretches from French Canal Street to Poydras Street and from Claiborne Avenue to Chapatoulias Street. The areas where visitors will find many of New Orleans' hotels, bars, and top restaurants. Faubourg, Marine, and Bywater. 2 districts of Faubourg, Marine, and Bywater, located east, just down the river from the French Quarter, are the locals' well-kept, hip, bohemian secret spots. That sounds fun. Frenchman Street, the Marine's Frenchman Street is actually considered the Bourbon Street for New Orleans locals, with its various clubs, musical styles, including traditional jazz, blues, reggae, and rock. The Garden District, certainly one of New Orleans, if not the country's most beautiful neighborhoods. The historic garden districts filled with antebellum mansions, lovely gardens, towering oak trees, and the true sense of city's southern charm. Treme, separated by the French Quarter and Rampart Street, is the cultural center of New Orleans with contributions to dance music and architectural design. Its African American and Creole heritage is also celebrated here with museums, tours, and landmarks. And then the South Market District, center of New Orleans, historic downtown area, transforming it into a new energy activity mecca. Encompassing a 5-block area, the district is mixed use, transit-oriented development containing luxury apartments with eclectic shops, delectable cafes, restaurants, and exciting entertainment venues, making it the perfect downtown living area with style that's uniquely to New Orleans. All right. Fun around every corner. So visitors from all over the world can enjoy long lists of attractions and activities to keep their days and nights filled during their stay in New Orleans. Hop on, hop off city sightseeing, easy, entertaining way for any age to explore and get a good overall feel for New Orleans is with live guided tour on hop on, hop off city sightseeing New Orleans double-decker bus. Visitors can hop on, hop off at locations near the city's top attractions, looping from the French Quarter to the Garden District, with buses picking up passengers every 30 minutes. You have the Mississippi River Dinner Jazz Cruise, authentic steamboat sail along the Mississippi River, offering step back in time, the antebellum era, with elegant furnishings and antiques. Passengers can even visit the steam engine room of the paddle wheeler during a music and food-filled harbor jazz brunch or dinner jazz cruise. Audubon Nature Institute. Full days can be spent exploring the Audubon Nature Institute, home to the Audubon Aquarium of the Americas and the Audubon Zoo. These two institutions rank top 5 within their categories. So don't miss that. I didn't see that when I went. Mardi Gras World, many of New Orleans attractions simply are a part of what makes it a distinct city. Mardi Gras is synonymous with New Orleans, and at Mardi Gras World, visitors can discover more about the celebration any time of year. The tour offers a chance to learn the history, traditions of the famed event, as well as get up close and look at some of the parade floats. The National World War II Museum tells the story of American experience in the war that changed the world, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. On a 6-acre campus, features immersive exhibits, 4D cinematic experience, a dinner theater, and 2 restaurants. New Orleans School of Cooking, the original Creole and Cajun cooking school of New Orleans. Located in the heart of the French Quarter, the New Orleans School of Cooking offers entertaining cooking demonstrations twice daily. Intimate hands-on classes, private events are available for breakfast, lunches, and dinners. Preservation Hall, enjoy the sweet sounds of tradition New Orleans jazz every night. Preservation Hall is open nightly with concerts 5, 6:15, 7:30, 8:45 from Monday to Wednesday, plus additional performances 2:30 and 3:45 on Saturdays and Sundays. Buy your tickets online in advance for authentic New Orleans jazz experience. All ages are welcome. And then Royal Carriages, New Orleans' largest and America's oldest continually operating carriage company since 1941, specializing in customized group tours of the French Quarter, St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, Faubourg Marine, and the Garden District. Depart from Jackson Square. All right. Off the beaten path. So whether it's a first time or return visit to New Orleans, there are many unexpected things to see. You have the City Park, New Orleans City Park, massive mid-city attraction known for its abundant activities, endless greenery, unique events. Whether you're looking for family-friendly fun, romantic escape, cultural exploration, or the perfect outdoor destination to soak up the sun, City Park has you covered. 1,300-acre park houses countless attractions, recreation, gardens, and nature, art and architecture, local food vendors, and much more. Jean Lafitte National Park. The Barataria Preserve offers taste of Louisiana's wild wetlands. The preserve's 26,000 acre includes bayous, swamps, marshes, and forests. Walk along boardwalks and dirt trails to spot animals, including alligators, over 200 species of bird, plus an ever-changing array of wildflowers and plants. See the trail map. Enjoy a self-guided tour. Explore with a cell phone tour. Exhibits at the Preserve Visitor Center highlight how the Mississippi River built Louisiana's wetlands, the national importance of the area, and the relation between the land and its people. Admission to the preserve is free. So that's nice, right? And then New Orleans Jazz National Historic Park was created in 1994 to commemorate this memorable musical legacy. The park's purpose is to preserve information, resources, and sites related to the beginnings and progressions of jazz in New Orleans. From its headquarters and visitor center across the French Market, the New Orleans Jazz National Historic Park offers regular jazz performances, lectures, films, and visual displays. It is also the starting point for jazz walking tours, center stocks, activities, calendars from which you can learn about the thriving live jazz scene from New Orleans. All right. And then beyond New Orleans. Even though there's so much to do right in New Orleans, visitors can discover even more about the region with half or full day excursions. They can use the Crescent City as a base for exploring Louisiana's history and geography with tours of its great southern plantations, the wild and plant life of the bayou, and more. You have swamp tours. Flatbed boats slowly move through the murky waters during a swamp tour that offer a glimpse into both the people of the bayou and its unique plant and animal life. Boat captains eagerly tell the tales of the bayou and identify egrets, great blue herons, turtles, alligators, and other animals that live in the swampland. Historical estates. Louisiana boasts several beautifully restored estates within 75 miles of New Orleans, offering guests a chance to tour, stay overnight, and savor a delicious meal in a historical setting. Tabasco Brand Factory and Tour Museum. Visitors can combine a tour of the famed pepper sauce factory and stroll through the beautiful jungle gardens. Didn't know they have a Tabasco factory. All right, outlet collection at Riverwalk. The outlet collection was the first upscale outlet center in downtown U.S. setting. Features over 75 retailers, restaurants, including Coach, the Puma store, the Nordstrom Rack. Store listings may change, so check the official website for updates. French Market District, 6-block long. French Market District, originally a Native American trading post, sits along the riverside of the Lower French Quarter. Enjoy unique retail boutiques, a top flea market, farmers market offering top selections of produce and seafood. Royal Street, art galleries, antique shops, designer clothes, thrift stores, footwear, estate, jewelry, hat, and more can all be bought along Royal Street in the heart of the French Quarter. Visitors can eat flavored pralines as they shop or take some home with them. Royal Street is right in the middle of the action with a choice of cafes, restaurants, and top hotels at the ready for serious shoppers needing a break. And Magazine Street, New Orleans' top shopping spot, can be found along Magazine Street, boasting 6 miles of stores selling antiques, trendy clothing, jewelry, footwear, cigars, home furnishings, formal wear, toys, beauty supplies, and more. And the main shopping area begins at the intersection of Magazine and Felicity, known as Lower Magazine, continues until the Washington-Jefferson intersection on Magazine. Okay, for more information, list of attractions and experience for visitors in New Orleans is long, but New Orleans and Company is available to help all travel planners create the perfect itineraries for their groups and or individual travelers. Click here to access travel planning materials, planner toolkit. So for more information, and then you can submit your group form. So definitely, again, all kinds of free marketing material, help with, deals and coupons, events, brochure requests right there. Okay, different itineraries. So make sure you use that. All right. And our quiz. How many years do New Orleans European Caribbean influences date back? More than 300?
More than 300, I would think. I think
Everybody agree?
been a while, yeah. It's 100. I'm not sure if anybody else says, but
What type of music can be enjoyed? I'd say all.
jazz, Cajun, classical, blues, yes, all, I believe.
Okay, the
I say.
Huey favorite cocktail, was that the gin fizz? Or was that the Sazerac?
I don't remember Hugh P. I just looked at the drinks, so I didn't remember his name. Anybody else on that one? No, really saying anything. That's what we read more about was a gin fizz, wasn't it?
Yeah, anybody remember?
I don't remember Hugh P being a name in there. I'm sorry, but I don't remember that part. So, anybody else have any?
Yeah. Somebody said one.
Okay,
One, the Sazerac,
try it.
Sazerac.
Which can be a dessert or appetizer? I would say the beignet.
Second one.
Yeah, and that's a poor boy. That's a sandwich.
Second one. Beignet.
Yeah. Which neighborhood is filled with opulent mansions and towering oaks? That's the Garden District, right?
Garden District.
Yeah.
The Audubon Zoo and Aquarium are ranked in top 5 in the country and their corresponding, that's true.
Hmm.
Mardi Gras World is only open. Nope, that's false. It's
No.
open all year round.
Oh, yeah.
What neighborhood was established in 1718? I don't know.
I didn't take pictures. I know I didn't take screenshots this time. Neighborhood garden. I don't remember the Faubourg Marcanini.
What New Orleans neighborhood was established in 1718?
Oh, Siri.
The French Quarter.
Ooh, okay.
Let's try it. Where will you find unique retail boutiques, a top flea market, newly renovated farmers markets? The Magazine Street?
French.
What is it? Your warehouse district?
The warehouse district, she said. Ooh.
French. Name.
What is it?
The first one?
The
French
French one.
Market District?
Yes.
Okay. Where is the outlet collection at River Walk located?
75.
Okay, let's try it. Ding, ding, ding. We failed.
We
All right.
failed. 7 out of 10. Nope. Retake. Okay, gotta try that again.
And if it shows us what ones we
About
missed.
80.
No one took screenshots. Shoot.
Sorry.
I'm almost positive this is because they said 1718.
Yeah. Okay, so that was 300 more than 300 years ago.
That's all.
All of them, yes. We only got 3 wrong. But which 3? Huey P.
It's the fourth one.
The Pim's Cup?
Yes.
Bim's cup on that one. Okay.
Doesn't sound familiar either.
This
You
one was
sure?
It's that one.
It's the Gin Fizz. It says Huey P. Long, former governor, was known for the Ramos Gin Fizz, New Orleans cocktail.
that one wrong. I can go back. Oh, let me go back. Oh,
The appetizer is the beignet.
No. It's all of the above
You
for the
sure?
appetizers.
is it all of the above?
Okay.
Neighborhood filled with opulent mansions. That was the. I think Garden District. I think Garden District. Yeah. This is false.
That's true. So
It's
top
true.
5. Yeah.
The top 5 was okay. The other one was false. Open year round. This one was false. Yeah.
French Quarter. I think this was Magazine Street. I'm just going to try it. Outlet Collection, 75 miles outside.
It's downtown.
Is it
It's
75?
downtown.
Yes.
Downtown, yeah, not 75. Nobody talked about
It's
75.
downtown.
All right, well, at least I passed.
Okay, me too. We got 80. Yeah, I did too. We got the same. What's wrong? Because we were doing it together.
Everybody passed.
But we passed anyway. That's good. Yeehaw.
And we checked the answer for the appetizers. I could have sworn it was all of the above.
Hmm. That's what we got wrong. Oh, we got two wrong. No, I don't know what the other one was. That's all right. We passed. We're good.
Yeah. All
Yay.
right.
Marty, when you were in New Orleans, I remember Hurricane Katrina. Wow, that made a mess of everything back. That was, of course, gosh, almost 20 years ago, wasn't it? But everything was. Did you see anything that everything didn't look normal? I mean, it looked
Well,
because
we went on like a Segway tour, and they had all the markings of how high the water went, how many
did
people
they? I wonder
drowned in
about
those
that.
houses and stuff. So we
'Cause
had went right after that.
it was right after that then.
Yeah.
Because yeah, they said that it would take years for them to because of the dams and all that broke, or what was it that broke? Something to do with that's why it went through the French Quarter and everything. The
Yeah.
water they were so flooded, but I'm so glad it's back to
Yeah.
glad back to normal. It looks beautiful in the pictures. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. I was just there in October and we had an amazing time. So
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
um
Maybe we can win something for all of us and we can go.
I
That would be awesome. Been a lot of places, but I've never been to New Orleans.
All right, so I need to get finished. Anybody want to help me with my test here?
Yeah,
The it looks like it's the golf test.
I'll help you. So how come
Did
you
you
didn't
guys
finish?
get a final certificate since I missed this one? Okay, what is the capital?
How come we didn't get? How come you didn't finish this? Just real quick. Why didn't we?
I don't know. It's probably on my home computer at home. I don't know
Oh,
why.
at home. The capital of Louisiana was Baton Rouge. I know that from school.
How
Um,
long does it take to drive from New Orleans to a destination with abundant natural attractions, swamp boat tours, etc.?
oh
30
boy.
minutes. Let's see.
Let's say from New Orleans, the destination of abundant natural attractions includes Swamp. Yeah, I don't think it's that far. Yeah, 30 minutes, I'd say. Is it
What of the following destinations is closest to New Orleans? And for those that already passed and stuff, if you want to go, you can go. Congratulations, post your certificate. All right.
There are churches. Well, two or three of them are churches. It's North Shore destination closest to New Orleans. I'd say New Orleans North Shore because the other three are like actual places, like churches, parish. Those are synagogues
Which
or whatever.
parish is closest to New
I
Orleans?
think where is it?
The parish closest is Orleans Parish. That doesn't show up. Okay.
Yeah, but this is what following destination.
Jefferson.
Is it all? I mean, you can click on all four of them, or you can. Which following destinations, plural?
Which of the following destinations is closest to New Orleans? St. Bernard Parish, New Orleans North Shore, St. James Parish, or La Fougette Parish?
New Orleans, oh, sure.
St. Bernard, 60 minutes, 2 hours, 45 minutes. I'm going to guess St. Bernard.
Very nice.
Where is Tammany Trace? Where is Tammany Trace?
I don't remember that one.
So for those that still have to take this, maybe we'll write it down.
Yeah, 'cause I
Um,
don't think I,
Scenic Recreation Trail on North Shore of Lake Pontus, St.
no,
Tamer Parish. So
Hmm.
I'd say North Shore.
we're sure. Yeah, go for it.
What type of adventures lie just outside of New Orleans? Historical estates and golf, natural wonders, all the above.
Yep.
Which golf course is home to the PGA Tour stop? Are we both?
I think TPC of
Which New Orleans golf course is home to the PGA Tour stop? Zurich Classic, TPC Louisiana. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about English, so I'm going to just say this one. Where will you find historical estates? All the above.
Rouge is the capital. I would say Baton Rouge for sure, but maybe all of the above. Yeah,
I'll try it. Which way of exploring the bayou is the most slow moving?
airboat swamp tour. Yeah, it's not airboat. Airboat goes fast. Well, no, they do go slow though, don't they? Seaplane you fly. I don't think seaplane. No,
Where is McClenny Company Tabasco Factory in the jungle?
we
Okay, we
just
just
had that
uh,
one. New
yeah,
Orleans. That we just had that Tabasco factory. Remember that was in New Orleans.
yeah,
Well, no,
think
Baton
so.
Rouge. Gosh, that they talked about it when we were talking about New Orleans. I that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna say
Avery Island.
is it Avery Island?
Yeah.
I'm saying Avery Island. Don't ask me. I'll shut this off. I'll
Where do
shut
you
this
pick up the
off.
paddle wheel Creole Queen to take you to Jean Lafayette?
Mhm.
Where do you pick up the paddle wheeler Creole Queen to take you to Jean Lafitte National Historical Park? We're cheaters, sorry.
It's okay. I should talk to Alexa.
I passed it yet last week. I don't know why I didn't save. All right. Paddle wheeler Queen departs from Pudras Street dock at Spanish Plaza, located behind the Hilton New Orleans River and adjacent to River Rock, Ottawa. This is the boarding historic river cruise. Part of
Oh,
the
Lord.
cruise includes
Mm.
paddle wheel departs from Porter Street dock at Spanish Plaza. Where do they pick up?
French Quarter's downtown, so it can't. There's now you've been there. French Quarter isn't anywhere near water, is it? Have to be. Is it French Quarter? That's all shops and everything. Is that near water?
I I don't know.
I'd say New Orleans North Shore. That sounds like it's. I don't know. Baton
Where do you
Rouge.
pick up the paddle wheeler Creole Queen to take you to Jean Lafitte National Historical Park?
Battlefield.
Spanish Plaza, New Orleans. This dock is located behind the River Rock. Okay, just said Creole paddle departs from Fortis dock. Come on. Creole Queen.
Hmm.
Anybody remember this one?
Pick the New Orleans North
I think
Shore.
it's New Orleans North Shore too. That's what my said. I said too because
At least
yeah,
we
there you go.
passed.
One week
Yay.
that long. Yeah, good job.
Good job. Thanks, guys. Claim your certificate. All right.
Why I have,
We
yeah,
should now be all done, right?
yep.
So the summer fam, sign up for that if you want to go. Let's look at our certifications. All the courses, and then you have more resources here, the advisor toolkit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so let's go back to the course page. There we go. We've got 7 certificates. Yay, 4 hours.
Yep.
Congratulations, you won. View and print your certificate. Keep up the good work. So, yay, congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
tomorrow we're doing is I think Fort Myers.
Yep. My
So
family lives there. That's cool. That'll be
I'll-
neat.
yeah, I'll get these all downloaded today and the one from last week. And thanks for joining me, everybody.
Thank
So
you.
have an amazing day and an amazing Mother's Day if I don't talk to you guys. So and hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow. So
I'll
Thank
be
you,
here.
Marnie.
Have a good day, Marnie.
thank you, you too. Bye, guys. Appreciate it.